Okay, guys, I've been wanting to watch this video in a long time because book talk goes crazy over romance fantasy. Like, I don't know what is it with these millennial girls, but boy do they go crazy over these romance fantasies, man.
Loving this series so far. The male lead asked for permission a bit too much. Could have done without it, TBH. 5 stars.
This book is amazing. Absolutely loved it. I'm leaving snail trails all over my apartment. Perfection. 5 stars.
They're just leaving that out in the reviews.
Oh, I absolutely loved it. I'm never looking at my German Shepherd the same way again.
The fuck? What the hell you mean by that?
Blushing emoji, blushing emoji. 5 stars.
No, you can't monetize this video. Are you dense? It's literally just porn.
Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come on and sit on down because today we're talking about books. Or we're actually kind of talking about smut. Oh, God. Book talk is a crazy thing that has taken over TikTok. You ever see women jump around, you know, or they do that silent review thing where they're like...
I know what he's talking about because I've seen it. I have seen so many girls just grab a random ass book, just grab a random ass. Let me see if I can just grab this notebook for example. I have seen so many girls just do this on TikTok where they're just like, "Oh my god, guys, this book, like that's what they be like. That's what they legit just be like. They just be like, "Oh my god, this book, guys, words can't even describe. You need to go buy it. This book," and then that's it. That's fucking it. Like that's all they do. They might give you a little bit more than that, but that's all they do. They just grab that book and they just slap it around, and they smell it too.
7 different books that they read in 1 month because how do you have that much time? I feel like an idiot every time I watch these.
Knowledge.
That's enough time to read this many books. I don't think I've actually read a full book since like high school. Real talk. I've read like comics. You don't count comics as a fucking book. Yeah, manga. Yeah. But basically, book talk has made reading cool. Women get to come together and talk about the books they like. I love that book. I've never read that book. I'm gonna put it on my buy list. I'm gonna read it. Or sometimes people just like to act like they read books, but really they just put it up on a shelf and then they color coordinate it like red, blue, green, yellow. And it's an aesthetic thing, like Dr. Seuss's house or something. I don't know. If I walked in a library and I saw that, I would be like, there's no way. And then, you have people who are very excited about books, and then you have people who are weeping. I mean, weeping over books, which begs the question again. It's kind of the whole idea of you not...
I'm gonna be real 100% honest with you. I have never cried reading a book in my entire life. I sometimes I feel like whenever girls are crying about reading a book on TikTok, I'm like, girl, are you faking this shit? Are you acting? Are you faking? Are those crocodile tears? Because like, I've never cried reading a book. And I used to read lots of books back in the day. Back in elementary, middle school, and high school, I would read a lot of books. Never once cried. I have laughed a couple of times. I've definitely laughed reading books. I'll admit that. I've laughed. I have felt like if I was reading something horror related, I have felt a little bit of fear. And I have like been pissed off reading a book. Like the character does something stupid or an evil character shows up and I can't stand them. Yeah, but never once have I cried. Never once have I cried.
Not crying, or you are sobbing, and then you set up your phone to record yourself crying for community engagement with book talk? Is that weird? I don't know. And here's the thing. I want to say this. It's ignorant of me to say this because I haven't been a part of a community where people do that, right? So this could be a normal thing where people are like, oh, it's normal and it's kind of funny. We're laughing at ourselves with the camaraderie that we have. I could see that, dude. Whenever Vinnie Paul died, the drummer of Pantera, I cried. I called my friend sobbing. Oh, fucking stop.
Didn't Pantera also make the theme for Broly? I think the song's called Tens. Pantera, like they made Broly's original theme song. Yo, that Broly's original theme song goes hard, bro. That's the type of song I listen to in the gym. That goes hard.
good, like that the whole time.
That's a person, and you're not like setting up the camera, calling about.
I'm trying to be devil's advocate, Nick. All right, I don't want all these being mad at me. Okay, I thought, you know, a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, f you, Hunter. What do you know?" I know when people are a little nutty. That's a little nut. But Book Talk does have a dark side, and the dark side is women evolving, transforming, mutating to recommend smut. And because of this, we have seen the rise of smut talk. Oh my God.
You won't ever find a guy like
Cover your mouth in a second. I promise you're not gonna yell for help.
listen to me. You will never forget me. You really don't.
The hashtag smut talk has been searched over 4 billion times and is growing in popularity very quickly.
I'm not gonna lie to you. A part of me kind of wishes that like just follow my train of logic. Let me go full screen real quick. So like a part of me has always wanted to do this. Like if I have the time to do it, I've always wanted to like write one of those typical smut talk books. Like just write it, just BS it, just not give a damn about it, and just BS it, and just write some smut talk crappy book and then publish it under a pseudonym. And I'm gonna purposely publish it under a woman's name. So like my first name is Raymond. I'm gonna like my pseudonym's name is gonna be Reagan. Because there are some girls whose name is Reagan. I would be like, oh yeah, this is Reagan Andrews or Reagan Ryan or whatever. I would publish it under like a pseudonym of like, because I'm trying to think of like female names that start with an R. But like I would legit just like publish a smut talk type of book under a woman's name, and then like publish it, and then afterwards see how big the book would get. And if the book's become an international bestseller, and all these women come out on TikTok saying like, oh my God, the author, whoever she is, must be so amazing at this. They did such an incredible job. And then like at the very end, it's just, I just made it up, but like it becomes an international bestseller. People love it. People go crazy over it. Like there's movie deals coming out. And then I'm just there like, bro, they legit thought some girl wrote this, like some woman wrote this, and now they're all just like loving it, and now I'm just here like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? And then at the movie premiere, when they show up and they're like, who is this author? I come out and it's just some guy with a beard, and they're all just like, wait a minute, a dude wrote all this in an afternoon, in a month, and he making like, that's what I would do. That's what I would do, like only so I can get away with it. But that's only if I'm dedicated to writing like a smut talk book.
Within the Book Talk community, people hear, "Oh, Book Talk, what is this about?" And then you figure out that this is people being a little horny. Don't point at yourself, dude. Don't point at yourself, Nick. There's a TikTok that has 1 million likes where it's just like the Grim Reaper can f like a god or something, and it's like girls, you know, whenever they cut themselves out or it's like a green screen, they're just like, yeah, okay, give it some of that, Nick. Which I will say this, I'm gonna die on this hill. The people that consume this shit are the people that are the stingiest in bed too.
Starfish.
Bruh, he's not wrong, bruh. He is not wrong, bruh. The fact that he has the bold claim to be like, the people who consume this shit are the stingiest in bed, and his camera says starfish. For y'all who don't know what a starfish is, like I'm not gonna explain it. I gotta upload this shit on YouTube. I'm not explaining what a starfish is. Just go on, like just all I gotta say is, the best way I can say is just imagine a starfish being like, you know how like back in the day there would be like 1-player, 2-player games, and you would just plug a controller into the PlayStation, and then like the meme of like, oh, I unplugged his controller, he still think he's playing whatever. That's what basically what in a way like a starfish is. It's just like, it's someone in bed who, you know, the 2-player game, and one of them just unplugged the controller and stopped playing with the controller. That's the best way I can say it. That's the best way I can explain it without YouTube freaking taking it down.
The book sphere, so to speak, is not new. No. Do you remember a little book called 50 Shades of Grey? 50 Shades of Grey is probably the most notorious erotic fiction, and it's heralded as the book that brought spicy books into the mainstream. Girls getting a little goopy down below, a little swamp fever at work.
Not the mac and cheese bowl. Not the mac and cheese bowl, man.
Every time I think of 50 Shades of Grey too, I always think of Gilbert Godfrey reading 50 Shades of Grey.
Are you into the sting, but I'd really like to claim your head.
There was.
I'm pissed that Gilbert Gottfried didn't narrate 50 Shades of Grey. Like, that was just for a bit. But my God, if Gilbert Gottfried narrated the entire trilogy of 50 Shades of Grey, I would listen to it in a heartbeat. I would listen to the entire trilogy. I wouldn't give a damn how bad the trilogy was written. I would listen to the heck out of it just because Gilbert Gottfried did it. Like, I wish he narrated all 3 books. I wish he did.
The meme around the time it was coming out, because it was so popular that like even during the movie, people were leaving cucumbers with condoms on them. There's that.
What the hell's wrong with y'all people, man? Like, bootleg the movie, you gonna do some shit like that? What kind of weirdo does it? Like, how sick you gotta be to do some weird ass activity in a movie theater? There are other people there. Just bootleg that shit and do your freaky stuff at home. Or better yet, just wait till the freaking DVD comes out. We get the full HD quality and do it in the safety of your home. I'd be mad as hell if I'm in the movie theater. Let's just say, for example, I'm watching Deadpool and Wolverine. You best believe I'm gonna be mad as hell if I'm in the movie theater and some random ass dude is just choking his chicken like in the row behind me or in front of me, or like if some random ass chick is like pulling out a cucumber and is using that to put it where the sun don't shine while I'm trying to watch Deadpool Wolverine. You know I'll be mad as shit if that happened. Be like, what the heck, bro? Get that shit out. Go home. Handle your shit at home.
Really image that circulated of the woman who she went to the grocery store. She only bought 50 Shades of Grey and 1 cucumber. Before 50 Shades of Grey, bookstores had a small section of erotica, but now they have full walls and aisles dedicated to it, which I don't think is wrong, Nick. I don't think is wrong. The problem I see with all this stuff is that people, they don't just come out and own it. They're like, it's literature. Oh, it's book talk. I love reading books. Why can't people just come out and just be like, I just want to be chubbed up all day? Can't say that as a guy. Double standard much? Girl sitting there reading something next to me, Court of Thorns, or whatever the fuck it is. If I had a big Penthouse magazine and I was like, ah.
Listen, man, I'll be honest with you, man. I know that A Court of Thorns and Roses is getting a TV show adaptation, but I hope to God he gets a role. I hope to God that Meat Canyon gets a role in that TV show. If this man plays Tamlin or Rhysand, I am watching every single episode religiously. Like, I'm watching the whole thing.
Oh, so I'm the bad guy now. And you know, here's the thing. When I was younger, my mom, you used to be a little more Puritan, right? Women had there was little book stands you could spin. It's always the same thing. It's like woman with man holding or is behind her. It's like a fantasy novel. And inside they just talk about deep f***ing. That's all they do. Every
basically what they do.
The cash register was always just like, my mom was reading that litigiously.
Yeah.
Please do not say good girl about my mom, dude. My God.
2nd grade, there's this book, Big T-Rex. Partly why I bought it. But then there's a girl on an ATV and her titties were like, you can see them.
So let's dive into the world of book talk and see all the horror that goes on there. Come with me. Come. First, we're going to start off with a notoriously popular one called Fourth Wing. This is written by Rebecca Yarros. It's a #1 best-selling author. Just like every other book I see on the stores, it's a #1 bestseller. One of the most recommended books.
Like, that's the thing that always pisses me off. Every book is a #1 bestseller. Like, if every book is a #1 bestseller, clearly all of y'all must be lying except for the actual #1 bestseller. Like, why is every book a New York Times bestseller? Every one of them, they're all bestsellers. Like, bro, who is buying all these books? Libraries and bookstores are closing down. Clearly, they're not buying it. Someone is.
Book series on Book Talk is Empyrean by Rebecca Yarros. The first book in the series is The Fourth Wing. It has a 4.58 on Goodreads with over 1.7 million ratings and 232,000 reviews. Here is the synopsis. Fourth Wing is a fantasy romance novel set in a brutal military college for dragon riders. The story follows Violet Sorengale, a young woman who is forced by her commanding general mother to join the Writers' Quadrant instead of living a quiet life among books and history. Just like my book talk, she's just like me. It features a strong romantic subplot between Violet and Xaden Ryerson, a powerful and attractive wing leader.
Okay, this is kind of turning me on.
If there was a GoPro under my desk, we would be in a lot of trouble.
What the heck? Yo, what the frick was that? Why the heck did I see Meat Canyon's crotch, bro? What the hell? Bro got a 2x4 and poking his freaking belly button. Yo, bro, I don't need to see that shit.
To upload their emotional turmoil and their emotional stages while reading this piece of literature.
This is me before reading Fourth Wing. They are going absolutely. Don't fight it anymore. He's always wanted her. Oh my god, what's going on? This cannot be happening. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, I hate this.
I'm telling you, once again, if I'm able to do the joke of like, don't put this in. The first comment is, I cried for an hour because of Liam. I wish I knew what that meant. Editor, put just a, who is Liam and what happened?
Man, I'm dead.
Destroyed my soul! Oh my god! God! No, because after that I couldn't do it. Full on sobbing. For real. Mother is mothering. You know what's kind of pisses me off about this? It isn't even the emotional response, right? The cringe, right? Because I can sympathize with somebody giving themselves over a bit. No, I'm fucking pissed because I can't be a part of a community like this. I don't think I like anything enough to really be a part of that.
What if they made a Magic the Gathering erotic fiction?
If they made a Magic the Gathering erotic fiction, I would unironically read the shit out of that, and I would be laughing myself. Here are some of the.
See, that's the problem, is that I don't think I could ever read erotica because I'd just be laughing my ass off at it. Like, I would just be like, because again, like Gilbert Gottfried kind of ruined it for me ever since that video came out about him narrating like 50 Shades of Grey. Anytime some weird sex scene shows up in a book that I'm reading, I immediately just imagine Gilbert Gottfried reading it and I just start laughing my ass off. Like, I don't know what is it about it, but reading sex in a fictional book just makes me laugh my ass off.
I just want to read some of the reviews on.
Like, to me, it's basically a comedy.
Goodreads of what Fourth Wing is. I need the next book now. I cannot gather my thoughts and get my points out coherently right now. Like, how can I even write this review and explain how much I love this book? I swear, this book had me in the biggest fucking chokehold. 2 chapters in. I am obsessed with this book. The romance, oh my god. The romance was perfect, chef's kiss. Enemies to lovers, splendid, beautiful. It had me going feral. The tension was everything. It's the perfect build-up, and the payoff is amazing once it happens. That was Brooke's review. That was crazy. I mean, I can't believe she reviewed that. If Throne of Glass, Divergent, Aragon, and Zodiac Academy had a baby, this is better. I am utterly obsessed. Mark my words, this is the next big romantasy series. Zayden Ryerson, this man has easily become one of the top book boyfriends of all time.
The dudes always have the most random ass freaking names, bro. They always be making up the weirdest freaking names.
He's a man who is loyal, caring, and wise. And the way this man obsesses with Violet, damn, the things I would let this man do to me. These are intense reviews, but you know these people are writing this with no emotion on their face. The things I would let this man do to me. She's just down, she's like, I want to say we do have a couple excerpts from this book.
I think we should preface, there are entire videos that people post on Book Talk of just the spicy chapters.
This is why I love Meat Canyon, bro. His reactions are like top notch. They are just top notch. Bro spit out his water. Okay.
I knew it was coming, but it still got me. People post entire videos of just the scenes, which at the same time, I understand. It's like the most titillating thing, but it's crazy that people can just be like that openly horny together. With would you say the parallel to guys is people just being like, that's hot?
Yeah. You know, it's like similar to guys like Stella Blade or Stellar Blade.
What is Stellar Blade?
Oh, it's that like anime girl. People were going crazy on Twitter saying, don't censor her! Don't censor her!
Stop censoring her! Leave her be! If we're going to talk about these books, we at least need to read some of the spicy passages so we can at least get an understanding of what these books entail, okay? So here's a couple excerpts from The Fourth Wing. Well, this is from chapter 30. This is the first excerpt. He captures my wrist in one hand and holds them prisoner.
You know what's actually kind of erotic? I'm sorry, I said erotic. You know what's actually, bro, I got myself tripping up. You know what? Okay, listen. What's ironic? You know what's actually ironic is the fact that, like, I'm looking at this Vegeta held hands firmly above her head. Like, you can make some really good erotica with Vegeta and Bulma. Like, legit, like, Vegeta and Bulma, like, some girl on AO3, if they could get, not Toriyama because he passed away, God rest his soul, but Toriyama's son, to approve an erotica, like, love novel between Bulma and Vegeta, that shit would be moving stacks, bro. That shit would be selling out. That would be moving weight. Like, I know that would be selling out everywhere. And it would probably get a ton of girls into Dragon Ball Z. Granted, Dragon Ball Z, like, there's plenty of girls that love Dragon Ball Z already, but I feel like that would, like, open up a whole nother segment of girls who've never tried Dragon Ball Z would get into it just because of that one love story.
Above my head.
Violet?
Zayden groans against my mouth. The plea in his tone floods my veins with a whole different form of power. Knowing he's just affected by our attraction, I am in a rush.
This isn't what you want.
It's exactly what I want. I counter. I want to replace the anger with lust, the death of the day with the pulse-pounding assurance of my own life. And I know he's capable of delivering all that and more. You said to do whatever I need. I arc my back, pressing the tips of my against his chest. His breathing changes, and there's a war in his eyes that I'm determined to win. That's pretty hot. That's pretty hot. Just, you know, getting around. That's not too bad, though. I can see the kind of, like, little play to that. Here's excerpt 2. Our mouths collide, and the kiss is hot and hard and completely out of our control. No more holding back. Not anymore. I reach between us, guiding the head of us to my entrance.
Bruh, oh my god, I need Mikanya to be like a narrator to narrate these books. Bruh, if A Court in Thorns and Roses can be narrated by this guy, I would listen to the entire series in a fucking heartbeat. I need this guy to read all those erotica books. I will listen to it. I will be a proud member of Book Talk, of Romance Fantasy Talk, of all that stuff. I will talk about that book series all the live long day. If this man here narrated all of them, I need more of these. I need them, man.
I did not know it went this hard. Some people say it's not smut. I did not realize it got this is graphic. Also the head of his back. But this position is shit. He's considerably taller than the desk, and if I wasn't so desperate for him, I'd laugh. His biceps flex as he lifts me by the back of my thighs, and I wrap my arms around his neck and my legs around his waist. Our mouths meet in a ravenous kiss as my back hits the armoire, but I barely blink, too consumed with the stroke of his tongue, the feel of him between my thighs.
Are you all right?
He asks. I'm fine. You won't break me. He pushes inside that first tight inch of me, and I gasp at the fit, the stretch. What? So this is on Amazon? You said this is on Amazon? That's pretty. I go to Barnes & Noble. I'm just shaking the whole time. I'm flustered. I didn't realize, Nick. I didn't know.
That one is the most tame.
What do you mean that one's most tame?
They get worse.
The Fourth Wing is the most tame of these? Oh my god.
Oh yeah, Fourth Wing is tame. Fourth Wing is tame because most of the characters are in high school. They're like high school age. So Fourth Wing is tame. There's way worse, bro. There's way worse. Because again, I'm on TikTok. I've been on TikTok. I've seen Book Talk. They say some wild shit on there, man.
Not okay. Here is another popular series on Book Talk. The first novel in the series has 4.19 rating with 2.8 million ratings and 220,000 reviews. That's way more than the last one. A Court of Thorn and Roses, or Okatar, as people say, by Sarah J. Maas, is a fantasy romance novel that follows the journey of Fair Archinson, a mortal huntress who is taken to the magical land of Perthian after killing a fairy wolf. Fear and Tamlin's relationship is central to the story, and it includes several explicit scenes. Which here's some reviews, which I love reading these reviews. This one is from Maria. I'm speechless. What am I supposed to say after this? Am I supposed to write a coherent review with vital points as to why this book was f***ing amazing? I can't even talk right now. I'm speechless. I want the second book in my hands, but my order still hasn't come. I'm ready to go to f***ing England myself and purchase it. Kids, I'm literally dying here. Holy f***ing shit. I shipped these two so hard I can't even breathe. When he sent her away, I wanted to scream. He gave her a good f***ing and left her hanging. My God. Maria! That is unhinged to say right after you said, kids, I'm literally dying here. The kids in the back, they're in the kids part of Barnes & Noble, like hiding. She's like running around.
They're in the kids part of Barnes & Noble looking for like Percy Jackson and Dire Wimpy Kid and Harry Potter. They're often in a better place. Like they're actually looking for good books. Y'all looking for porn. That's your problem. The kids are looking for good literature, like Percy Jackson and Peter and the Starcatchers and Harry Potter and whatnot. Y'all looking for porn. That's all you doing. Like, the kids are just in the okay safe space, okay? Y'all just looking for some freaky shit.
Where the kids at? Where are they at? You don't even know how horny I am right now. We do have excerpts, again, from Okatar, A Court of Thorn and Roses.
I put that review in because this is that scene that she's talking about.
Oh, this is the scene. Okay, so we get the scene that she's talking about. Okay, chapter 27, and apparently they say this is the spiciest part of the book. So, ladies and gentlemen, buckle up. He leaned in forward and kissed me lightly.
I'm sorry. Why is that image? Why is that the image? Like it's the bite of 87, guys. Oh my God. Why is that the image? Bro, I seen a whole ass furry just fucking bite a grown ass man. I'm sorry, I need to like this video, bro. This shit's just too good. This shit's way too good. Okay, that's too good.
Not forever. And though I knew it was a lie, I put my arms around his neck and kissed him. He pulled me onto his lap, holding me tightly against him, and his lips parted mine. I became aware of every pore in my body when his tongue entered my mouth. Though the horror of Resin's magic still tore at me, I pushed Tamlin onto the bed, straddling him, pinning him as if he would somehow keep me from leaving, as if it would make time stop entirely. His hands rested on my hips, and their heat singed me through the thin silk of my nightgown. My hair fell around our face like a curtain. I couldn't kiss him fast enough, hard enough, to express the rushing need within me. He growled softly, and deftly flipped us over, spreading me beneath him as he wrenched his. And I dragged my hands through his hair, savoring the silken smoothness. He traced the arc of my hip bones lingering at the edge of the undergarments. He breathed my name onto my chest, one of his hands exploring the plane of my torso, rising up to the slope of my... I trembled, anticipating the feel of his hand there, and his mouth found mine again, and his fingers stopped just below. With one long claw, he shredded through the silken lace, and my undergarment fell away in pieces. The claw retracted, and his kiss... Ew, in his wolf claws can retract? The claw retracted, and his kiss deepened as his fingers slid between my legs. And I'm telling you, dude, we're getting swampy in here. I'm telling you, it's about ready to be a whole bag of melted jelly beans before
I'm sorry, I need more of this guy just reading erotica, bro. It's too good. like if Audible can, like Sarah J Maas, I'm begging you, if you can convince him and Audible to just narrate all your books and let him add commentary to it, I would listen to it in a heartbeat. So many guys actually listen to it in a heartbeat just for the laughs.
Too long. I wanted him now. I wanted the barriers of our clothing to vanish. I wanted to taste his sweat. Wanted to become full of him. Don't stop. I gasped out. He lunged. A beast.
I'm sorry. I don't think I'll laugh this hard watching a video my entire life, bro. Out comes Foxy from Five Oh God, Lord, give me strength. Lord, give me strength. Okay, yeah, this is definitely making the YouTube.
Freed of its tether, we were a tangle of limbs and teeth, and I tore at his clothes until they were on the floor, then tore at his skin until I marked down his back, his arms, his claws were out, but devastatingly gentle on my hips as he slid down. But
hey, Flame. It's good to see you here. Good to see you here, Flame. Thank you. Oh god, this video is too funny.
Between my thighs and feasted on me. Stopping only have I shuddered and fractured. I was moaning his name when he sheathed himself
Not the train allergy, not the train allergy.
Inside me in a powerful, slow thrust that had me splintering around him. I want to tell you something. A friend of mine, his wife gave my wife this book, and she'd never read it, and I hope to God it stays that way. How am I supposed to follow this up, dude? Motherfucker has retractable fingernails and stuff like that. It is going to be a sad day when she reads this book. We moved together, unending and wild and burning. And when I went over the edge the next time, he roared and went with me. I fell asleep in his arms, and when I awoke a few hours later, we made love again, lazily and intently, a slow burning smolder to the wildfire of earlier. And then he f***ing bails. There's the reality check, women. You know what happened is actually they were like, and they lived happily ever after. I bet you the f***ing author, what's her name again? I bet somebody left her hanging. Don't you want to stay? And the guy's like, no. Dude, that wasn't as bad as The Fourth Wing.
This next one.
Okay, all right. This next one up is called Icebreaker, which Icebreaker by Hannah Grace is a contemporary romance novel that combines elements of sports, romance, college life, and personal growth. Okay, that sounds awesome. The story revolves around the unlikely relationship between a figure skater and a hockey player, set against the backdrop of a university setting. I hate that. She's a competitive figure skater. He's captain of the hockey team. I hate this. I hate this already. Why can't he just be like, he just plays hockey? He's the best of the best. Despite
he has to be the best of the best.
Oh, God. Anastasia. Despite Anastasia's best efforts to not fall for a hockey player, but fall she does. Here's some of the reviews.
Shut the f*** up. This is 100% one of my favorite romance books ever. I love it so much. I was smiling wide while reading most of it.
So, Sophia. Here's some of the excerpts, all right? Chapter 9. He wastes no time sinking his hand into the hair at the nape of my neck, gripping tightly. His free hand slips under my body and palms my... All right, you're not wrong. We're starting off fast. Making me moan into his mouth. What is up with people moaning into... Nate is everywhere all at once.
It's just like the movie.
This video is, yes, Flame, this video is really good. just like the movie.
Nate is everywhere all at once. All I can do is hold on to him and take it. And when his mouth travels down my neck, sucking and nipping, I'm practically panting.
You sure?
You have a pen and paper for me to draw you a map? I'm making jokes. Why am I making jokes? Why do I find how unimpressed with me he looks right now so funny?
And hot?
I'm about to open my mouth to tell him to hurry up when his tongue runs down inside my folds. I'm actually wondering how much we can actually put in this. The cover of this is extremely deceptive. A loud, desperate moan echoes around the room. I don't even realize the noise came from me until I feel his shoulders move because the jackass laughs. Fingers tickle up my back of my thighs until they can't go any farther. His huge hands sink into my ass, squeezing at the same time. He sucks my into his mouth in a way that makes me feel like I'm floating. Giving her the old sour, the green apple Jolly Rancher treatment. One of his hands moves from my ass cheeks, and when I look down, a pair of brown eyes are staring at me. What the It's like a fucking it's like an eyewitness animal documentary.
Okay. Bro, I should make this a competition. I should make it be like, can you stop yourself from spitting out water?
Remember that song? He's in there. Oh, hey, Nate, you about ready to make...
This is what I mean by, like, I can't take erotica seriously because from now on, I'm either gonna think I'm just gonna read any erotica in either Gilbert Gottfried's voice or his voice, and I'm just gonna be laughing my fucking ass off. Oh God, it's so funny.
He act up. They stay burning into me. Watch me closely as two of his fingers slide into me, finding my G in 2.5 seconds. The feeling keeps building. Hands tug harder at his hair as I cry out. Stiletto heels digging into the hard muscle of his back as I desperately try to move my hips to right his finger. Nathan, I whimper. I'm wound so impossibly tight I can't breathe. Nathan, I'm going to... I don't even get the words out as every part of me spasms and I scream! Everything tingling and throbbing as I tighten around him, bucking and thrashing, pressure and heat flooding my entire body. Removing his fingers and mouth, he leans back so he can look up at me properly. Wearing the smuggest expression I've ever seen as he sucks his fingers into his mouth, not once breaking eye contact. Oh my God! Wow. That's chapter 7? That is early on, or chapter 9. Wow, and we still have more to read. I don't know what I'm supposed to tell. That one got me good. I don't know if they're gonna get any better, but here's we go. We're gonna keep going forward here. We gotta keep pushing on. My traitor's hips are moving on their own accord. A desperate whimper slipping from my parted lips as Nate...
Not the dog! Not the dog! It's just that cute little dog just doing, like, he even got a cute face. Just doing the movements, too funny.
Slowly and deliberately rolls his hips forward. Oh, Nick, this one's taking it out of me,
man. Bro, he spilled water on himself? What the heck?
You only like me when you're drunk and horny.
Can you be a good girl and be quiet?
I nod, prepared to finally feel his long, thick fingers easing, throbbing between my legs. Dude, the music is still blasting. Our friends paying attention to anything but us, and the familiar red-hot pleasure shoots up my spine. There's no way we can put that. That has to be one long bleep, and viewer, you're just gonna have to read the book yourself. There's also a very notorious shower scene. We can't. Well, this video is, there's no way it's monetized. The video has to be age-gated by this point, right? We're riding an extremely thin wire here, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Let me tell you, there's thousands of these books, but we just want to end it on this one. The Kiss Quotient. Here's the synopsis. Stella Lane, an econometrician with Asperger's, believes she needs practice in romance and intimacy. She hires Michael Fan, a handsome escort, to teach her about relationships. It is rated a 3.9 with 500,000 ratings and 50,000 reviews, which we just want to do an excerpt from chapter 8, and it goes as followed.
How should I? What should I? Maybe I...
She gripped the collar of her shirt.
Should I undress?
I don't know. It's not in the lesson plan. Once the words were out, he wanted to take them back. Her list annoyed the hell out of him, but he didn't need to belittle her.
Are there parts I should reword? I'd be happy to change things.
She turned back to the lesson plan and skimmed her fingers over the lines at the thoughtful pace. The ball of irritation in his chest loosened. He couldn't be annoyed with her when she didn't understand.
Like a puppy.
It's like a fucking puppy. God. Well, I can't be mad. She doesn't know what she's thinking and saying. She has Asperger's. God damn it. He usually preferred women with bigger breasts, lusher hips, and rounded thighs. He liked their softness. The way they filled his hands. That was not Stella. She was a rickety thin like a paper. Take your bra off. His voice came out rougher than he intended, but he couldn't help it. He was dying to see the rest of her.
It's not necessary. They're not my best feature. They're small.
Dude, I'm getting the Asperger voice down good, aren't I? A rough hand skated down her stomach and slipped beneath the waistband of her panties. Clever feat.
Great. Now I can only imagine like one of the characters like pulling out a tech deck and just use the tech to go down the trick and make a trick shot.
He just caressed her with bold strokes. Her body clenched even harder when he pressed a finger deep, filling her. She climbed quick and sharp toward release, and it scared the hell out of her. Ah! Ah! She clawed at his wrist.
Stop, I'm not ready.
Okay, I'm calling it there. Here's the thing. There's no way in hell this video, you're even going to see this video. It's going to be age gate. We're going to have to delete it probably. I don't know. All I got to say is, listen, ladies, I get it. The thing is that to women, I'm reading it in my voice, so it makes me laugh. If I would read this alone, I would laugh, right? If I could see people, if they really got into this shit, I could see them being like, yeah. To me, though, I'm curious. Well, okay, I'm not gonna lampoon everybody onto one thing, but I would say the majority of men would probably think they wouldn't like get into it the same way. Especially the commitment of having to read a whole book just to get your nut off. Come on, dude. You know what I mean? I mean, those were abhorrently cringy. To be fair, they're out, I mean, and the thing is, there's no way to take them out of context. It's a scene. You know what what I mean? You know what it is. It's just, I don't know. But I get it. And I gotta tell you one thing. There's a lot of worse things to, I don't know, be a part of. Smut talk, if you're a part of that, and you're throwing yourself on your bed because you're all horned up and you have to tell other millennial women about how your fucking beanbag is... Do what you gotta do. I gotta say, very funny. I did not know it was this severe. I gotta tell you, I'm not gonna lie. This was a polarizing recording. I don't even know who I am anymore.
You're sweating, dude.
I'll see you next time. That's how I'm gonna end it.
Okay, so let's look at this real quick. I need to look at the comments. I have to. Never looking at my German Shepherd the same way. What? Someone get the poor dog out of the house immediately. Facts. The people that read book talk books didn't discover fan fiction in middle. Yeah, Flame A, that guy was funny as hell. Didn't discover fan fiction in middle school, high school, so now they're reading smut public. The unlikely relationship between a figure skater and a hockey player, literally cannot imagine more likely, completely expectable relationship. Yeah, that's I honestly expected that to actually happen. I will never understand how these books get away without an 18+ rating. Lee Snail Trails Around My House is an absolutely insane review quote. Snail Trails is diabolical. Ooh, let's see. I worked at a Barney's and Noble, and the worst part about these books isn't the millennial women buying them. It's the 12-year-old girls that purchase them with their mothers. I always look at the mothers and ask them if they've read these books and if they're okay with their daughters buying it. And the worst answer and most common answer is, of course I've read it. Why wouldn't I be okay with her reading it? That's like the equivalent of like if me and my son, I don't have a kid, but just for argument's sake, if me and my son went into a store and he wanted to buy a Playboy magazine or like one of those porno magazines, and I'm like, yeah, I used to like it back in my day, so I'll let my son have it. Like, what the fuck? Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Got so many requests for that book, mostly from middle high school girls at Barnes & Noble Cage, and now we sell it in stores. The scenes in that book are horrifying. Adults reading that shit is fine, but kids shouldn't be anywhere near it. It's the only book I've had to give parents to have a disclaimer on and highly suggest they don't let their kids read it. I'm sure there are plenty of books in the store that are equally bad, but I don't have the time to hard to go through and scan the massive romance section for books that kids shouldn't be reading. Zayden sounds like the name of the most annoying kid in your 3rd grade class. Facts. He does sound like the most annoying kid in your 3rd grade class. Bad Dragon missed out by not sponsoring this video. Oh my god, like if there was ever a chance I wanted Bad Dragon to promote a video, it would be this one. This is what Bad Dragon should have been on. I became aware of every pore in my body. It's such a viscerally uncomfortable concept. Thanks, Court of Porn and Roses. Now I want to slow off my skin. The mental image of a man making a book talk as video of them like crying under the covers reading an old Playboy actually has me fucking dying all this shit. Let's see, the mental image. Okay, let's see. Fun fact, if 9/11 didn't happen, 50 Shades of Grey wouldn't exist. It's simply a simple butterfly effect. 9/11 was a catalyst of the formation of My Chemical Romance. My Chemical Romance is the reason Twilight exists, and Twilight is a direct inspiration of 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah, that is true. Like, what is Osama bin Laden's legacy? 50 Shades of Grey. Okay. And Twilight too, apparently, in that logic. Bruh, I read the most messed up comment. Finding a G-spot in 2.5 seconds. I mean, that's kind of impressive. I usually have to use Google Maps. Bruh, who commented this? Bruh, that's so fucked up. I need a Papa Meat narrated audiobook immediately. Like, yes, I need Meat Canyon to narrate this shit so badly.